All new tonight here on the night team, tensions are running high between the Kentucky Board of Cosmetology and the minority community, which makes up most nail salon owners. Those owners say they're experiencing racism and injustice every time an inspector walks into their business. And for some, the outcome has cost them everything. WHAS 11 Focus investigator Shay McAllister is sharing their story.
On almost every busy corner all across the Commonwealth.
And then the course only take for a few months to finish.
You have a nail salon, one or maybe two. You see, it's booming.
The shops are in the business of making people feel beautiful, while employees tell us what happens behind the scenes is far from it.
We come over to this country and pursue the American dream, a land of opportunity. But now we feel like a criminal.
You always have to be afraid if the inspector come in, are they going to be lenient on you or are they going to be harassing you like it happened at Tippy?
What happened at Tippy Nail Lounge in St. Matthews happened in May of this year. 2 inspectors from the Kentucky Board of Cosmetology walked around the business, seen on surveillance video slamming cabinets while customers watched just feet away. Owners Q and Julianne say this was the first time they were inspected since opening 4 years earlier.
During the inspection, they went behind my counter where my dog was laying, so the dog scratched her right hands.
Get that dog, I'm gonna shoot him.
We were terrified. He threatened to shoot the dogs, in front of us and the clients.
These pictures were taken after the incident showing the injury. One of the inspectors immediately ordered they close the salon, asking customers to leave and posting a note on the front door. Then, the couple had to wait for word from the board on what to do next.
They were not responsive to emails. They unreachable.
Eventually, they drove to Frankfort to talk to the board in person.
That day when we was raising hell with them, that's when finally they sent us all of those violations and said we have to pay $13K.
The 14 violations included improperly stored towels, an unlicensed person providing nail services, and a dangerous dog on the premises.
We're a small business, We don't really make that kind of money. We literally live in a camper right now. That's how bad it is.
Because they couldn't afford to pay the fine, they were forced to surrender the business license, and Q, the owner, had his personal license suspended too, meaning he didn't only lose his business, he also lost his ability to work.
I've been in this industry since 2004, and I never had any issue with the Kentucky Board of Cosmetology until that day.
Their experience was extreme, but not entirely unusual. Nail tech Anton Wynn says every inspection he's watched has been hostile.
Nervous, worried, scared. Yeah.
You don't even think you are doing anything wrong, but you still have that fear?
Yes. And sometimes they don't show the badge. We don't know what's going on here. This is undercover police or a DEA sting operation.
The nail tech alleges the inspectors are unprofessional, and salon owner Mickey Pham says the fines are unpredictable. Violations range from $50 to $1,500 at the discretion of the inspector.
I do not believe that it is fair.
One of the most common reasons for a fine is an unlicensed tech working in the salon. Longtime salon owner Kevin View tells us those techs typically do know the rules and the regulations, but they don't know English, so they fail the exam. The Cosmetology Board says the pass rate in Kentucky is less than 50%.
The nail industry in Kentucky, the regulation is very difficult compared with other states. In other states, they have like multi-language test. Like we can take a test with all the other language, but in Kentucky it's different. It's just English only.
We drove to Frankfort to ask the Kentucky Board of Cosmetology to sit down with us for an interview. They turned us down, but they did show up to a heated committee hearing in front of lawmakers, and so did we.
And so with that, our story is going to continue. Hundreds from the nail community showed up to that committee hearing in Frankfort demanding change. Shay's going to pick up on that piece of the story and the incredibly tense moments that unfolded right in front of Kentucky lawmakers. This is coming up tomorrow night at 6 on WHAS 11 News.